Toy Story is a computer animated movie that stars the voice talents of Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Don Rickles, John Ratzenberger, WALLACE SHAWN, Jim Varney, Annie Potts, John Morris and ERIK Von Detten. Music and songs are performed by Randy Newman. The movie is written by a collection of different writers, including Joss Whedon and the movie's director John Lasseter, the man who directed A Bug's Life, Cars 1 and 2 and Toy Story 1 and 2. What's the story? Andy, played by John Morris, is playing in his bedroom with his favourite toys. Cardboard boxes are used to represent a bank and other buildings. Mr. Potato Head is the bad guy. He's just robbed the bank and is holding several toys hostage. Along comes Woody, the cowboy, to save the day. Andy pulls on Woody's string and we hear Woody say, "Reach for the sky." Andy's playtime is interrupted when his mom, played by Laurie Metcalf, and baby Molly enter the room. This segues into a montage of Andy playing with Woody over the song You've Got a Friend in Me. Andy leaves Woody on the bed to go downstairs for his birthday party. As soon as Andy disappears, all the toys come to life. Woody asks for a staff meeting and the toys assemble. The main toys are Woody, voiced by Tom Hanks, Mr. Potato Head, voiced by Don Rickles, Rex the dinosaur, voiced by WALLACE SHAWN, Bo Peep, the lampshade statue, voiced by Annie Potts, Slinky the dog, voiced by Jim Varney, and Ham the piggy bank, voiced by John Ratzenberger. On the agenda is to get a moving buddy for the house move next week, a thank you to Mr. Spell for his plastic corrosion awareness meeting last week, and to announce that Andy's birthday party has been moved up to today. This last announcement causes panic in the room because the one goal of a toy is to be played with, and new toys could possibly replace existing toys as Andy's favourites. The toys jump onto the window ledge and take a look at the kids arriving for the party. They get stressed out when they see all the presents being brought into the house. Woody calls upon the sergeant, played by R. Lee Ermey, from a bucket of soldiers to establish a recon post at the party. The soldiers set off with a walkie-talkie and a skipping rope to get down the stairs. Once the party is in full swing, Andy opens his presents. Mr. Potato Head wishes for a Mrs. Potato Head, and Rex hopes there won't be another dinosaur. The presents are a lunchbox, some bed sheets, a board game and one last present. Rex panics and he knocks the batteries out of the walkie-talkie. As a result of this, the toys don't get to hear what the last present was. The kids rush upstairs and the toys assume their previous positions. In the melee of kids playing, no toy can see what the new present is. Woody gets knocked off behind the bed during the excitement. When Andy's mum calls the kids downstairs for ice cream, the opportunity arises for the toys to find out about the new arrival. When the toys see that Woody has been knocked off the bed, they ask if he is being replaced by the new toy. Woody says it is just a mistake and he climbs up on the bed to say hello to the new toy. Meet Buzz Lightyear, voiced by Tim Allen. Buzz is a foot-tall action figure of a space ranger. He has a retractable helmet, retractable wings and a laser strapped to his wrist. There are also several push-button voice recordings, but these aren't used until later. Buzz assesses his surroundings and then makes a report to Star Command on his communicator. He explains that he has crash-landed on a strange planet. Just then, Woody pops up and says hello. He is soon followed by the other toys. Buzz introduces himself with a speech. Woody notices that it is the exact same speech that is written on the back of Buzz's spaceship-shaped box. The other toys are impressed with Buzz. "How come you don't have a laser, Woody?" taunts Mr. Potato Head. Woody plays down Buzz's abilities, but when he claims that Buzz can't fly, Buzz corrects him. Buzz uses his catchphrase, "To infinity and beyond." Buzz spreads his wings and jumps off the bed. He bounces on a ball, hitches a ride on a toy car on a jump track, spins around on a light fitting suspended from the ceiling, and somersaults back onto the bed. "That's not flying," says Woody. "That's falling with style." Another song called Strange Things plays over a montage of Andy playing with Buzz. Out go the cowboy bed sheets and posters, and in comes space-themed stuff. Woody is devastated. Buzz also gets along with the other toys extremely well. He teaches Rex how to roar harder, and Mr. Etch-a-Sketch starts drawing pictures of Buzz instead of Woody. Buzz even sleeps on Andy's bed while Woody is relegated to the toy chest with the rest of the toys. One day, Buzz shows Woody that Andy has written his name on Buzz's foot, just like Woody has. During this conversation, Woody understands that Buzz actually believes he's a space ranger and not a toy. Woody thinks this is hilarious. Woody's happy moment is interrupted when the toys hear Sid and his dog Scud playing in the yard next door. All the toys shudder. Sid is an evil kid who tortures toys just for fun. Using toy binoculars, Woody can see a combat Carl has been strapped to a firecracker. Sid lights the fuse and Carl is blown to pieces. Woody overhears Mom invite Andy for dinner at Pizza Planet. She tells Andy that he can take one toy with him. Woody wants to be the one that Andy takes, so he constructs a sequence of events that ends up with Buzz getting knocked out of the window. This dastardly event is witnessed by some of the toys, but just as Woody is about to be lynched by the mob, he is saved when Andy enters the room. As Andy can't find Buzz, he takes Woody instead. Outside, Buzz sees Woody being taken into Andy's car. Angered by being knocked out of the window, Buzz hitches a ride on the car. After the car leaves, the other toys think that Buzz is still somewhere in the front yard. They lower a chain of plastic monkeys, but it doesn't reach the ground. Rex calls out to Buzz to keep calm as they think of ways to get him back into the bedroom. When Andy's car pulls into a petrol station, everyone gets out to go into the store. Buzz jumps in through the sunroof and attacks Woody. During the fight, they fall out of the car, which then drives off and leaves them behind. When Buzz still acts like a space ranger, Woody loses his patience. He shouts out, "You are a toy!" But Buzz still doesn't believe him. As Woody wonders how on earth he's going to find Andy again, a small delivery van for Pizza Planet pulls into the petrol station. Pizza Planet is where Andy is going. Woody convinces Buzz that he can find a spaceship at Pizza Planet, so they both hitch a ride. Woody wants them both to hide in the back, but Buzz rides in the passenger seat and fastens his seatbelt. The driver doesn't notice Buzz because there is a stack of pizza boxes on the passenger seat. As it turns out, Buzz had the right idea because Woody gets tossed around in the back of the van and crushed by a heavy toolbox. When Woody and Buzz arrive at Pizza Planet, they sneak inside by hiding under discarded burger boxes and soda cups. Buzz thinks that he has arrived at a spaceport, but it's really just a video arcade. Woody spots Andy, but before he can catch up to him, Buzz runs over to a huge grabber machine in the shape of a space rocket. Buzz gets inside via the prize chute. Inside are hundreds of three-eyed aliens, squeaky toys. They don't know they are toys either. They worship the godlike claw above them. Sid plays on the grabber machine. He wins an alien, and then he gets excited when he spots a Buzz Lightyear toy. Sid manages to grab him, but Woody pulls on his leg. The aliens intervene, which results in both Buzz and Woody being grabbed. No grabber machine I've ever played was that effective in grabbing prizes. Sid holds his new toys. "Let's go home and play," he says. Back at Sid's house, Sid allows Scud to chew on the alien, so that's the end of him. Next we are introduced to Sid's sister, Hannah, voiced by Sarah Freeman. At least she seems normal. Sid steals a doll from Hannah and takes it to his room. He puts the doll in a vice and cuts off her head. He replaces it with the head of a pterodactyl. When the doll is handed back to Hannah, she screams and runs off to tell her mom. Woody and Buzz are left in Sid's room, but they can't get out because it's locked. Other mutated toys emerge from under the bed and scare Woody and Buzz. When they remove the discarded toy parts left by Sid, Buzz thinks these toys are cannibals. The next morning, Sid tortures Woody by burning a spot on Woody's head by using the sun and a magnifying glass. Sometime later, Woody and Buzz escape Sid's room, but they can't get any further because Scud is sleeping on the stairs. Woody inadvertently catches his pull string on a railing and a phrase comes out. When Scud comes up the stairs to investigate, Woody and Buzz split up. Buzz ends up in a room with a TV. When Buzz hears Star Command calling him, he starts to talk back. But it's not Star Command, it's an advert for the Buzz Lightyear toy on TV. After watching the advert, Buzz finally comes to the painful conclusion that he is a toy, and he is devastated. As the song "I Will Go Sailing No More" plays, Buzz has one last attempt to fly. He spreads his wings and jumps towards a stairwell while shouting, "To infinity and beyond!" But Buzz inevitably falls and he breaks an arm when he lands on the floor downstairs. Just then Hannah walks past. She picks up Buzz and takes him to her room. She names him Mrs. Nesbit, gives him a lady's hat to wear, and has make-believe tea with him and some other toys. Woody spots Buzz in Hannah's room. Woody makes Hannah leave the room by impersonating her mother and calling for her. Woody tries to rescue Buzz, but he is a broken man. Woody slaps Buzz with his broken off arm, and this brings Buzz to his senses. Woody takes Buzz back to Sid's room because the window is open. Woody grabs a string of Christmas lights. He shouts across to the toys in Andy's room. He throws the lights over and prepares to cross. However, Mr. Potato Head reminds everyone what Woody did to Buzz. Woody claims that Buzz is fine and is with him in Sid's room. The problem is that Buzz is depressed and won't come to the window to show himself. When Woody asks Buzz to give him a hand, Buzz tosses over his broken arm. Woody imitates Buzz and does a special handshake with Buzz's hand. At first the toys believe that it really is Buzz, but Woody makes a mistake and reveals that he is just holding Buzz's arm. The toys are horrified and they drop the Christmas lights, abandoning Woody. In Sid's room, Buzz is set upon by the mutated toys. Woody jumps in to save Buzz, but this is not necessary because the toys only wanted to fix Buzz's arm. These mutated toys aren't cannibals after all. Sid comes back into the room. He is excited because he has taken delivery of a giant firework rocket. Buzz is taped to the rocket, but rain stops play, thank goodness. Sid sets his alarm for the next day and goes to sleep. Woody can't help Buzz because Woody is stuck under a crate with a heavy toolbox on top. In this quiet moment, Woody apologises for his earlier actions. Woody tells Buzz that he is not just an insignificant toy, he is Andy's favourite toy, and he should try to escape because Andy needs him. Woody's words inspire Buzz to try to make it back to Andy. Buzz's first action is to free Woody from the crate. For some reason, the heavy toolbox crashing on the floor does not wake Sid up, but his alarm clock does. The rain has passed and Sid takes Buzz and the rocket outside. Woody wants to follow, but Scud is outside the door. Woody appeals to the mutated toys to help Buzz, and he constructs a plan. A pair of toys use a fishing reel to get outside and ring the doorbell. A wind-up toy is released and sets off for Scud to chase. While Scud is distracted, Woody and some other toys jump on a skateboard and ride it down the stairs, through the kitchen and out the dog flap into the backyard. Woody lies down in the yard and pulls his string. Sid hears the recorded phrase, and he picks up Woody. Sid puts a match in Woody's empty gun holster and tosses him onto a barbecue to set fire to later. As Sid counts down to light Buzz's rocket, Woody says more recorded phrases. Sid comes over to see what is wrong with Woody. Woody then addresses Sid directly, and all his mutated toys come over to him like zombies in a horror movie. Eventually Woody comes to life in Sid's hands and says, "Play nice." Sid is freaked out and runs away screaming. At that moment the removal van next door is loaded, and Andy is being driven away in his mum's car. Woody catches up to Andy's car, but he has to let it leave without him because he falls back to help Buzz, who is struggling with the rocket still strapped to his back. Woody and Buzz chase after the removal truck. This is noticed by Scud, who then chases after them. While Buzz fends off Scud, Woody jumps onto the back of the removal truck. Woody opens a box of toys and searches for the radio-controlled rover, called RV. When the other toys see Woody push RV off the back of the truck, they are horrified. "He's done it again!" cries Rex. Woody remotely drives RV to where Buzz is hiding under a car. Buzz jumps onto RV and they speed off down the road. Unfortunately, the other toys attack Woody, and this causes him to spin RV in the road. This causes a car crash. However, the good news is that Scud is trapped within the circle of cars. The toys toss Woody off the removal truck. He is picked up moments later by RV and Buzz, and they all head for the removal truck. The toys can see that Woody has Buzz, and they are trying to get back to the truck, which makes them feel guilty for not believing him earlier. They lower the ramp on the back of the truck. How the driver does not see, hear or feel this is a mystery. Slink reaches out to Woody, but RV's batteries are dying and he slows down. Slink is stretched too far and he is catapulted back into the truck when Woody lets go. The truck leaves RV and the others in the road. But they still have the rocket. Woody lights the match that miraculously stayed in his gun holster despite being spun around and tossed off the back of a truck. Unfortunately, a passing car creates a gust of wind that blows out the match. As Woody sobs, the sun catches Buzz's helmet and it burns a spot on Woody's hand. Woody uses this trick to ignite the fuse on the rocket. The rocket hurls RV and the others towards the removal van. The rocket starts to lift, so Woody picks RV up and lets him fall into the back of the removal truck. Unfortunately, Woody and Buzz keep climbing, but just before the rocket explodes, Buzz spreads his wings, which conveniently cuts the tape strapping him to the rocket. Buzz carries Woody through the air. Woody exclaims that Buzz is flying, but Buzz corrects him by saying, "This is falling with style." Woody then cries out, "To infinity and beyond." When they overshoot the removal truck, Buzz explains to Woody that they are not aiming for the truck. Instead, they drop in through the sunroof of Andy's car and end up in a box next to Andy. Andy discovers the toys in the box, and he is overjoyed because he thought he had lost them both. The following Christmas, Bo Peep catches Woody under the mistletoe, while Buzz and the other toys listen to the soldiers reporting on the presents. One of them is a Mrs. Potato Head. Buzz seems anxious, but Woody is relaxed. He asks Buzz, "What could Andy get that could possibly be worse than you?" The answer is given when they hear the bark of a puppy. Issues. There are a ton of continuity issues with this movie, such as the disappearing and reappearing sunroof on Andy's car, or Andy wearing different colour clothes in different shots, or the burn mark on Woody's head disappearing, etc. You can check these errors out online if you're interested, because I'm not going to mention any more of them here. I will comment solely on the story and character issues. Coming to life is a choice the toys consciously make, and this is demonstrated when the toys come to life to teach Sid a lesson. Therefore, why does Buzz, who doesn't even know he's a toy, choose not to come to life when Andy is around? Why doesn't Buzz recognise what a bedroom is? He calls Andy's bedroom a strange planet. Where's Andy's father? Molly is just a baby, so we can presume that the father was around until recently. But we see no pictures and the father is never mentioned. If Andy's father were dead, this would probably be part of the story because Andy would be affected by it. We have to presume that the parents are divorced. But then, why does he never visit? What kind of father doesn't visit on birthdays or at Christmas? While Andy's mom is doing a great job of bringing up two kids on her own, the father is conspicuous by his absence, and he should have been given at least a passing reference so we understood what his role was. Apart from the birthday party, Andy never plays with any other kids of his own age. Doesn't he have any friends to play with? If all the toys came to life when their owners were not around, then the whole world would be populated by tiny toys running around here, there and everywhere. Somebody somewhere would have seen this by now, even if it wasn't CCTV footage. As the delivery van would have returned to Pizza Planet after delivering all the pizzas, Why didn't the van driver notice Buzz sitting on the front passenger seat when all the pizza boxes were gone? What is the relationship between toys and their batteries? Toys don't need batteries to be brought to life, so why does RV start to slow down and stop when his batteries run out? Review. Toy Story is a groundbreaking movie. It won a Special Achievement Oscar for being the first ever feature-length computer animated movie. It also won Oscar nominations for Best Screenplay, Best Music and Best Song for You've Got a Friend in Me. But all these awards aside, Toy Story's success boils down to the fact that it is just a darn good story played out with engaging characters. The writing is exceptionally sharp and witty, the performances are fantastic, and the songs by Randy Newman are unforgettable. My rating, 100%. Hi, this is Mike Kendall, and thanks for watching my video. I'd like to know what you thought of this movie. Was it a hit? Was it a flop? Let me know your thoughts and rating in the comments section. You can also tell me what other movies you'd like to see reviews for. Please like and subscribe, and remember to hit that notification bell for all my new videos. Sharing these videos on Facebook and Twitter would help me out a lot. I'd sure appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the other videos on my channel. We're adding more all the time. I'm off to see a movie. You have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.